Trapped in the mirror. Yesterday, I noticed something was off when I glanced at the mirror while unpacking boxes in my new apartment. It wasn't anything dramatic at first, a split-second delay, a momentary lag. But as I kept watching, the reflection began to act with a will of its own, moving just a fraction of a second out of sync with me. It was subtle enough to be dismissed, but persistent enough to unsettle me. The mirrors here are pristine, as if they were never touched by human hands, and as the day wore on, my unease grew, like a shadow stretching long under the setting sun. The apartment is modern and sleek, with surfaces so glossy they seem to deny the existence of dust. It was a steal for the price, and I couldn't believe my luck. But as I moved from room to room, my unease deepened. The reflections seemed to be watching rather than waiting to reflect. My mind raced with rational explanations, stress, fatigue, a trick of the light, but deep down, I knew something was wrong. The mirrors felt alive, like eyes watching from another world, observing my every move with a sinister patience. By the second night, paranoia had me in its grip. I avoided mirrors, but they were unavoidable. Bathroom, bedroom, even the kitchen backsplash. Each time I caught a glimpse, the reflection would pause, a heartbeat longer than it should, its eyes locking with mine in a silent, knowing challenge. I began to dread the night, when shadows would stretch and the reflections would seem to lean closer. I tried to cover them, draping sheets like shrouds, but a compulsion drove me to peek, to see if the reflection had moved beyond its fragile glass cage. The climax came as I lay in bed, restless and afraid. I felt a chill ripple across my skin, and instinctively, I turned to the mirror. My reflection stood there, staring back with a malevolent grin, its eyes dark and empty. It raised a hand, and as I watched in horror, it stepped out from the glass. The barrier shattered like ice, and the last thing I remember is the cold hands reaching for me, pulling me into a world of glass and shadow, where the reflections rule and reality is but a fragile illusion. Now, I am the one trapped behind the glass, screaming silently as I watch my doppelganger live my life with a perfect, haunting mimicry.